Introduction. My name is Juan Manuel Jimenez. I am the director of Indubai, and I am going to tell you in a practical way how, we reached this point of having such a sophisticated tool as the one we have today, which allows us to generate very good results. Look, I'm going to show you a little bit so you can see how our compute node works and how it is generating great results in real time. Here on our dashboard, you can see everything that is operating, how it is generating results, and how it is operating in different parts of the world. But before going into detail about this tool, let me explain a little, and you can go to our Indubai page. You are going to search for it like this, indubai.business. And this way, you will have this page in English, in Russian, because we are growing in all these communities. But today, we are going to do it in Spanish, and later we will translate it so that it becomes available for other communities. Our company was founded 2 years ago, but 2 years ago we started with 2 pillars. We started with real estate, selling real estate in Dubai. The door is still open. It also generates a commission program and a residency program so that you can become Colombian Emirati, Mexican Emirati, from all over Latin America, Europe, Asia, so that you can have your residency for more than 2 years in Dubai, okay? But today we are specifically going to talk about the Indubai trade tool, a tool that allows us to operate in arbitrage, which today is becoming a very good tool since it generates very good results. In Indubai trade, you can start from $50. And if we make a projection, let's make a projection with $1,000. With $1,000 or even with the same 50 or 100, you could end up generating this same result that I will tell you about next. Approximately, it generates $25 weekly and $100 monthly, which means that we will be generating 10% per month. Now then, let's get into the details because we want to know how we reach this point and where we generate these profits from. Well, the first thing I want to tell you is that for the last 10 years, I have tried n number of systems, trading in all its facets and in all its forms. I have done every type of business, selling products, door-to-door products that allow us to improve our quality of life in many ways. But in the end, we reached the point where none of these were going to allow us to generate what we are generating today. That's why our motto is the end of speculation, the end of speculation. And well, for that, how can we manage to move past the end of speculation, where we don't depend on skill, we don't depend on the market, we don't depend on whether there's a war tomorrow, whether the president speaks tomorrow, whether the market goes down, whether it crashes, we will always have the opportunity to win. And we do this through arbitrage. An easy and simple example to understand arbitrage is the following. If you were to buy a Coca-Cola at the supermarket, it would cost $1, but if you buy it at the airport, it would cost $3.5. The same product has a different value based on positioning, based on location, based on supply and demand. Well, the same thing happens with assets, the same thing happens with stocks, the same thing happens with cryptocurrencies. And some time ago, years ago, we realized this. This page, CoinMarketCap, shows us the list of the most important cryptocurrencies in the market currently. And back in 2020, when I started doing arbitrage, I did realize that buying a coin could end up generating a different value depending on where I bought it. Think of it like buying dollars. You have your local currency, pesos, euros, Mexican peso, Argentine peso, sols, right? And you go to a currency exchange and you say, I want dollars. I want dollars. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to Jamaica. I want dollars, right? And well, when you get there, they're going to give you a selling price. But if you go and ask at another currency exchange, maybe there's a small variation. You're buying the same asset, it has a variation. Well, this is what also happens with cryptocurrencies. This is identically the same thing that happens with cryptocurrencies. If you notice, the same asset, we are talking about Ethereum today, right? About Ethereum. And Ethereum has a value of 2,400, look at it here, 2,428 on OKX and 2,410 on Upbit. What you are seeing here, think of them as currency exchange houses. They are called exchanges, and that is where you buy cryptocurrencies. Previously, what I used to do was buy on Upbit and sell on OKX, but I did it manually. If you notice, there is a difference of $18. In other words, there is a difference and it is possible to generate that profit. And I did that several times. But what happens? That it is not a scalable business. Why is it not scalable? Because, well, the exchanges quickly say, well, if this is my business, then we can't allow this here. If we allow for $100, $10,000, but when you start to operate above $100,000, it doesn't happen, it doesn't occur. And if it does happen, they are going to limit you. Later, I realized that it was possible to do that same arbitrage through the P2P system, the person-to-person trading that exchanges have. So I would buy this, look at 17.03 and sell at 17.87. The same asset USDT, Bitcoin, Ethereum. But what happens? That you need to use traditional financial entities. And this is where the limitation exists. So I would take, look at this, I would buy USDT in Colombia, sell them in Dubai, sell them in the United States, and then use the financial entities in Dubai or the United States to put that money back into Colombia. Because the business happens when I make the exchange from Colombian pesos to digital dollars and from digital dollars to dirhams, which is the currency of Dubai, or to United States dollars. I put it back into these financial entities and I put it back into a bank account in Colombian pesos. And that's where a difference occurred. Well, for a long time we did it that way, and in the end, well, what had to happen happened, which was that we had a system that wasn't going to let us move forward. But thanks to technology, the experience and the knowledge we have today, we now perform those same operations, but we do them in real time with something called compute nodes. When you enter your virtual office, you have access to the two nodes we have operating. I'll explain the first one to you quickly. In this one, you can check the same arbitrage, the same arbitrage scanner, but here it shows us the operation that is happening in real time with each of the currencies. Do you see? With each of the currencies that is happening, look. Got it? And we generate a difference. If you look closer here, for example, INJ, right? We bought on Binance, sold on Coinbase, and earned a difference. It's the same asset, but we are not doing trading. What is trading? It's when you buy, wait for it to go up, and then you sell. No. Here we buy, and instantly we are selling as well, and we generate a price difference. And that price difference is our profit. To make it a bit clearer, you can see here in real time the operations that are happening, which coin it's happening with, which exchange it's happening with, what the amount we are trading is, and how much we are generating. Currently, our goal with this node is $9,016, and we already have a profit of $7,646. On weekends, this profit goes to the company. During the week, the profit is distributed among the users and the people who are part of our community. Now, the second node is even more sophisticated because this node allows us to have traceability of each of the operations that are occurring within our system. Look at this. If you notice, it's a bit faster, a bit more accelerated since it's a more complete node that allows us to see the operations in real time from the server location with IP, everything completely verified, the latency of the operation, and what is happening in real time. Here specifically, we operate USDT and BNB, and here we are seeing the operation between the decentralized exchange and the centralized exchange, in this case, Binance. If I go to the operation, for example, here, it tells me the route it is taking. It is buying on PancakeSwap, selling on SushiSwap, BitSwap, and again on Binance. It makes 3 exchanges, USDT, DI, USDT, grab BNB, and returns to USDT again. And that exchange that happens in milliseconds generates a profit of 0.005185, okay? If we go to the scanner, let's go to the scanner here, we can see the entire operation that is happening in real time. Yes? This is blockchain. This is how you can check if what I'm telling you is completely real or if I'm simply, not doing anything with the money. And here is our receiving wallet, where this wallet practically serves as a bridge for us. There are other wallets, others where the funds are, and we perform the operations there as well. Here you can click and in one of these operations, right? Specifically in this exchange of these 4 here, because this is in a block, we generate the profit. The spread is our profit, the price difference we obtain between the commercialization. The node identifies, verifies, executes. If you notice, in this part here, so as not to get too technical, there are training sessions. There is a full video where we explain this entire tool. Here in this part, if you notice, it says 32,800 and then it drops to 600 because some of these operations are rejected, meaning they don't manage to generate profit for us. Consequently, in the end, what happens is that it allows us to reach the goal. The goal we have proposed today is $12,800. We are at 1,308 and we are doing great. We are generating profit across 47 exchanges, 10 of which have operations, have capital directly from us, and we can see how the entire operation occurs in each one of them. In the countries where we have our node connected, the amount and the exchange we are operating on, okay? All this operation happens in real time and we are operating directly on the most important exchanges in the market. In this way, we show people that we are generating for each of the users to check the information directly in their back office. When you register, you have access to this and you can verify each of the operations. Look, for example, let's verify this one for $3. Look, this one for $3 already takes us to a slightly more complete account that you can click on. You can look at the entire operation, where it comes from, how it comes. This is one of our accounts where we receive the capital that is being operated, and it is where we operate each of the transactions, and we make transfers directly. We generate the operation, okay? In a training session, and I leave the video here for you, you can check everything I am telling you. You go to the YouTube channel and there is a video I made of 12 minutes explaining our complete tool. I invite you to verify it. You're going to look here in the part where it says, in the case of the VIP, look here, trainings for the community. It's in all languages, in English, in Russian, in Malay, okay? And you go here and watch this little video that is here. Ready? It's called In-Depth Explanation Node X, okay? And there you can check everything I just told you, and I'll prove several operations to you, okay? That said, and understanding that our system is real, verifiable, and transparent because we are showing everything in detail, now let's check how you are going to start earning with everything I am telling you. When you are part of this node, what you are going to do is deposit an amount of money and trade with us. That money goes directly into the node, where it starts to generate profit for you. And the best part is that you will receive that profit on a daily basis, consistently from Monday through Friday, okay? So let's use an example. Of the 100% of the profits generated, we look for approximately between 0.98% to 1.3%, 1.4% daily, okay? That 100% is divided into three parts. Look here, it is divided into three parts. 50% for the investor, 30% for treasury, arbitrage, and a leadership bonus, and another 20% for a referral bonus, okay? I'll explain that to you in more detail later. Let's use an example. What would happen if you put, for instance, $1,000 into our system? On average, you would generate 1% daily, 5% weekly, of which, to make a sustainable system, it needs the administration part, treasury, everything we are doing behind the scenes to have a profit, and also have a part for leadership, the people who are duplicating the business. Another part goes to the referral system, and this is what would correspond to you. $25, which if you multiply by 4 weeks gives you $100, which corresponds to 10% of your capital. This happens until you reach 250%. 250%, okay? In something called the premium. But stay until the end and I'll explain how you can go from earning $2,500 with $1,000. The minimum investment is $50, but the recommendation is that you take this business with responsibility and seriousness. We recommend starting with $1,000. You can generate up to 300% with the same $1,000 if you become part of something called the Indubai cards. We are going to show you in detail how this part works and how you can generate it, okay? Let's move forward to understand a little bit more. So put this way, you now have a profitable business that will generate profits for you every day, and you will be able to withdraw them on weekends, with them being settled first thing on Monday mornings, arriving in your wallet or your Indubai card. I'm going to show you a little more in detail now. Now then, let's look at this. We have a unilevel system that will allow you to earn. This is a system, this that I am explaining to you here is only for people who are duplicators and people who want to do the career plan. Before diving deeper into this part, I want to check with you and show you a little bit about the Indubai cards, okay? Because what I just showed and explained is only for investors, for people who say, well, I'm interested, it's good, it's attractive, I would like to participate, but show me the other option because I'm interested in earning 300%. Well, let's go there. When you go to the Indubai.business page, you will have an option that says buy cards. This option opened up when we achieved node X. Before we had a good node, but it only allowed us to operate up to $900,000, which is what we currently have operating. But it was necessary to acquire a new node, and it allowed us to generate higher profits. And these profits, instead of going to the company, we pass them on to our investors and our partners. In this plan, you can participate starting from $400. With $400, you get a Visa branded card where your earnings will arrive and you will be able to withdraw them at an ATM. Or pay with it without any problem. Of these $400, $100 go towards the purchase of the card, which lasts for 2 years, and $300 go into the investment plan. The difference from what I just explained a moment ago is that here you no longer earn at 250%, but at 300%. This means that those $300 turn into $900. And the difference is also that you no longer earn at 10%, but at 10.5% monthly, okay? And you are going to receive some tokens. Let me explain that part to you. Our token, which is already appreciating very well, and which can also generate some very interesting profits with the token. With our $700 silver card, there is an important variation because you already have $600 operating, but it no longer pays you 10.5%, but 11%, 300% profit, and 100 tokens. Successively, as you increase your capital, your monthly percentage and other benefits increase, such as the finance book for children, for example, or the awakening of the matrix, which will be delivered in Jamaica to all the people who are going to attend. And so on, 2,100, 3,100, 4,000, 4,100, 5,100. And let me explain this one, Imperial Sapphire. This is the card you must acquire. This card costs you $10,100 for the card, $10,000 for the investment, 14% goes into your pocket monthly, 300% profit, and 1,000 Falcon tokens. Look at this. You are going to receive a book, The Awakening of the Matrix, the finance book for children, a marketing course, an augmented reality card, private mentorship with the CEO, private mentorship with the CEO once a week, the verified check for the back office, customer service, the priority pass, a card that will allow you to will give you access to all the VIP lounges in the world. You can access it and be attended to when you go to an airport, so you can arrive with your card without any problem. Your time capsule, which will be delivered in Jamaica to everyone who has this card, and the UNID card, a diplomatic passport that makes you part of a community that I am a part of and that I can extend to everyone so they can be part of this group. That's great. Just like benefits, obligations, this is optional. A diplomatic passport so you can enter any part of the world, not wait in lines, pass through as a diplomat, and have this convenience with us as well. And Indubai Flayone, I'll leave that for you so that in time, when you are already a part of it, I'll tell you about it. Here is a small table that explains all the benefits you have and the differences between them. The most important difference is that you receive 14%, meaning you reach ROI or the break-even point with your capital in 7 months. From then on, it will be profit. Look, I'm going to show you something interesting that our topic has here. If we go here, I'm going to enter here because it has a system, a security system that immediately logs me out of the page. And that is from here, you can see a small calculator we have where you can make projections. For example, if you enter a balance of $1,000, right? In the premium pool, it will generate a profit. Let's look at it here. An average profit, right? A daily rate of 0.5% because remember, it's 50%. And on average, you're going to have this for 100 days, right? In 100 days, look at what's going to happen. You're going to generate a 64% profit, 640, which isn't bad at all, right? But what happens if, for example, you have a profit like the Imperial Sapphire, which allows you to earn 14% monthly, and this happens, let's say, in 8 months. In 8 months, this is what will happen to you. You will have a profit of $10,000 to $25,000 if you use compound interest. If not, well, you will receive $1,400 monthly And in the end, if you multiply that, after 7 months, you will have your capital back and you will still be able to receive another $1,400 monthly for the next 14 months. If you do a little compound interest during the first 6 months, let's say only 6 months, no more. In 6 months, you went from $10,000 to having a capital of $19,000 and with $19,000 working, right? Let's use an example. How much will you receive monthly? Each month, you will receive a profit of $2,660. I am talking to you about a 6-month compound interest. 6 months go by just like that, and look at what can end up happening. And there are many other ways that I invite you to have the person who invited you explain in a bit more detail. But let's get down to business up to this point. Now, regarding the investor side, for those people who only want to invest, to put their money to work under the conditions I just explained, you can buy your card within the system. You choose the card you want starting from $400. The only thing you have to do is go to the card, for example, the 10,000 one, choose how you are going to pay on Polygon or on Binance Smart Chain deposit, and you receive your fully branded card. For example, the people who are going to Jamaica right now will receive their card like this, completely branded, organized, so they can have it. You can acquire as many as you want. And the best part of all this is that you can, for example, buy the gold card, which costs you $1,000, right? And tomorrow you say, I have more money, but I don't want to buy more cards because it costs me $100. Do I have to buy another card? Not necessarily. You go to the deposit button, and for the same card that pays you 11% or 12%, you add another $1,000, so they pay you at 12%, or $2,000 more, so they pay you at that rate, and now you generate based on that projection. For example, in the case of the $1,000 card, here it tells me the projected amount with the capital I currently have. I have it on compound interest, so this increases more and more each time, and I can turn off the automatic compound interest at any time. For example, I can turn it off here. You just have to wait a minimum of 7 days to be able to unlock it. For example, I can unlock it here, right? Automatic reinvestment deactivated, and now it will automatically arrive in my wallet, and then I will be able to withdraw it. But if I want to continue with compound interest, I activate it, and it tells me a minimum of 7 days of automated compound interest. But you can also do it manually if you want to. For example, you can go to the button here that says deposit and tell it you want to deposit your profits from wherever you have them. You can activate everything that is bonuses, which is already the part for developers. You can also invest it. That's it for the investment and investor part. Now I want to go into a little detail for the people who are duplicating the business, Here there are several earnings that you can generate if you wish. This part is the career plan for people who want to lead and want to generate exponential residual earnings in this great business. What do I have to do? The first thing you have to understand is that you have a unilevel system. This unilevel system allows you to earn through 6 levels. What does that mean? If you sign someone up for the business, right? This person, a person who buys, for example, $1,000, they will receive 10%, let's say, in the smallest plan. But you, since you referred them, will earn 10% of what that person generates, not of their capital, but of the $100 they generate. You will earn 10% daily, which is $10. That's it, okay? This is the person's earnings. This is your earnings for having referred them. What happens if that person does the same exercise? You will also earn 4% from level 2, 2.5% from level 3, 2% from level 4, 1%, and 0.5%. In total, it is 20%. Do you remember that in the explanation I told you about the 100% of the capital, 50% goes to the investor, 30% to the treasury and loyalty bonuses, and 20% to a referral system? It is this one, the one I just explained to you at this very moment, okay? Now, this is the first bonus you have. But what happens if you incentivize or get people to buy a card, for example? You have several benefits. The first benefit is that for the purchase of the card, which is $100, you will also receive a commission on the same levels, 20%, yes? 10% on the first 4% successively. Those are the commissions you will receive for the card, okay? For the purchase of the card. Additionally, I want to explain something to you. One of our pillars is tokens. Each card comes with a specific amount of tokens. For example, the 401 comes with 40, the 771 is 10%, 100, 200, and so on. These tokens will also give you a profit from arbitrage and a profit just for holding them. But to understand a little and give some value to what the token is, we have to go into a bit of detail about what is happening with our Indubai token pillar. Everything I just explained to you is to get to this small point. Our tokens, these tokens today, we are giving them usability throughout our entire ecosystem because our ecosystem goes beyond just generating profit from arbitrage. Our ecosystem will have a payment gateway, its own exchange, its own card system, everything completely where it can be used within our community and also for others. However, today we are making room for our token to reach other communities. For example, like the casino, a virtual casino that gives usability to our tokens, where you can buy chips for this casino, play, and generate profits through our token. This is possible thanks to everything we are integrating within it. At this moment, if you ask me, what is our priority? Our priority is to give visibility to the token because the token today has a value of $1.05 for each one of them, right? The public sale is 8,750,000. Of these 8,750,000 for a total of 25 million. Currently, I think about 25,000 have been sold. It hasn't gone beyond that, right? Because we are just in the pre-launch phase and it is very good. The utility that the token can generate is based on its appreciation, which is happening because of everything we are creating. When we launch on exchanges, when we launch on decentralized exchanges, on centralized exchanges, when we are categorized on the most important exchanges in the market, well, our token is going to go up a lot because we want to give it usability so that it's not just a token that goes up and then falls a lot. Giving it usability with virtual casinos, with exchanges, with the payment gateway. Today, what you are going to receive just for holding the token, for not selling it, when you buy a card, you receive tokens, but you can also buy the token directly in our virtual office. Here you can buy the token, right? From 100, whatever you want, $100, $200, whatever you want. You can buy the tokens and hold them. When you hold them, when you keep them, when you don't send them to your blockchain wallet or any decentralized wallet, when you have them here, you will have several earnings. The first earning is that you will receive a 6% staking. In other words, you will receive more tokens just for having them. You will receive, like this, look, as you are seeing here, a daily return on the tokens. So every day you will be given more tokens just for having them there. You will also receive bonuses when someone from your organization or your community buys tokens or receives tokens from the purchase of the cards. And you will also receive a small percentage from the arbitrage. This arbitrage, remember, do you remember I told you 100%, 50% for the investors, 30% for the treasury? From that 30%, we generate a profit for all our token holders. So, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, this is what we have so far. We have an ecosystem based on 4 fundamental pillars: residences in Dubai, real estate in Dubai, a token that is currently part of the ecosystem for the entire community, and our fundamental pillar, arbitrage, which allows you to generate profits of between 10% and 14% passively just by being part of our computing nodes. Everything fully automatic. You receive earnings from Monday to Friday. From Monday to Friday, you withdraw on the weekends and they arrive directly to your wallet or to your Indubai Visa logo card. Everything I have just explained to you today is not a hypothetical. I mean, it's not like I'm talking to you about something that might happen or might come to pass. We already had our pre-launch and we held it in Cancun. And there, some people were able to witness the majesty of our business and where we are headed. Today, there are many testimonials from people who show and say, thanks to this opportunity, I can say that I have very good earnings. And today it is becoming a fundamental pillar in my life. Let's listen to one of the short testimonials we have and why you need to be part of this great community, which is not only dedicated to generating earnings for you, but also to personal growth so that you truly believe that this is for you and you start generating great results in your life. Let's listen to Freddie.
A short time ago, I made the conscious decision to make a significant investment. And honestly, thanks to that specific investment, I have had a truly super wonderful and rewarding experience that I'm really grateful for. I have met incredible people. Hello, how are you? Friends of the Indubai family, my name is Freddy Ruiz. I am from Bogota, Colombia. I am currently a recreation graduate. I work as a contractor, and well, that's it. A short time ago, I made the decision to make an investment, and thanks to that investment, today I am here on the beaches of Cancun. I won this trip, and not only that, I have lived a super wonderful experience. I have met incredible people, and the most important thing I take away from here is the learning I have gained. This seminar, these 3 days, 4 days now today of learning have been very important and have been wonderful. I feel that from last week to what we have experienced until today, my life has changed 100%. I have met incredible people. I have received very important information, incredible information that everyone watching this video definitely cannot miss. The invitation is for all of us to step out of that comfort zone and do the things we never imagined we could. Until just last week, I honestly never imagined that I would actually be here in beautiful Cancun. And well, today I am finally here, truly enjoying myself and feeling completely relaxed. I am really hoping that everything I have learned here during this time starts to make a positive difference and really works in my daily life back home. Thank you very much.
What is working for our great leader, Brian, Freddy, with his family, everything he is doing with his leadership team? Why? Because this system is not only leading to generating passive income, but also gives them the possibility of having a career plan. This part is only for people who want to earn in an exponential residual way, do a job, and then get paid for it. As you can see, we have a series of ranks that increase a series of earnings, and you can claim them all every day. For example, when you reach rank number 2, you will earn a rank bonus of $250 and a residual bonus that is paid to you for 12 months. In this one, $500 and $25 residually. You might say, but $25? Well, but it's residual. You don't have to do any more work. It just arrives automatically. And if that seems like too little to you, well, you can start looking at, for example, the T6, which is a rank that will allow you to generate $750 monthly and collect a rank bonus of $3,000. How can you achieve this? Well, by helping more people understand our business model and getting more to join. For example, you have to start with number 1. Number 1 requires you to have a minimum investment of $200 to invite 3 people, and to ensure that among those 3 people, they have $600. That is a minimum investment of $200 each. That's how you reach rank number 1, the T1, and a very powerful bonus is activated, the binary bonus, which will make you earn 7% of all investments that enter your system, to the point where you can get paid every day for work done in communion and as a community, helping it get stronger every single day. This will allow you to, well, be able to get paid every day. I can tell you that I've had the experience of collecting bonuses of $2,000, $3,000, and I have people on my team who are already earning $100, $200, $500, $1,000 a week on a daily basis. Imagine being able to do it that way. And we do collaborative work. For example, let's look at this person here. This person has already managed to accumulate a series of points, and these points turn into money. You will earn 7% of the balance points, and that's how you'll earn every day. So you have a number of benefits that as of today are just beginning. Our launch is happening in 19 days, and you can see this whole operation. And if you think what I just showed you in terms of testimonials and results was little, our great friend and leader, Freddy, here there is a series of testimonials, training, guides, everything so that you can develop this business in a simple and easy way. Look, not 1 or 2, several people every day testifying to the tool we have. Here you can see, for example, the usability of the card that we have, using it, withdrawing directly. Look, this is the card, being able to withdraw directly and paying with it, our Indubai card. And likewise also withdrawing at ATMs. Over here is another important leader from the team, withdrawing her benefits and her earnings at an ATM, at a normal ATM that you know. So you have an ecosystem that is in the digital world, generating profits for you every day automatically. And if you want to duplicate this business, you can take it to more people and generate those earnings and withdraw them every day if you want to. Our system is projected so that in the next 5 years, we will have at least 10,000 people generating a minimum of $10,000. And as if everything I just told you wasn't enough, we want you to get to know testimonials up close. Look, you can go to the page and get to know them up close. And beyond that, that you can be part of our launch. Today, our trip is planned for Jamaica, and getting to Jamaica is very, very simple. The only thing you have to do is bring other people to generate residual income, just like each one of these people did. Everyone you see here is already qualified. They already have their tickets bought, hotel reservations ready, everything set and organized for our big event in Jamaica. Airfare included, meals included, training, 4 days, 3 nights, all inclusive. And of course, a spot so you can manage to get a card completely free, earned by everything that is happening there. These people qualified with 3,000, with 4,000, with 5,000, and today they have the possibility with 6,000. $6,000 that will turn into 18,000 with your own investment. Or you help 10 people invest $600 and you're already on the trip. Or you help 20 people achieve an investment of $300 and you're already on the trip. You register your investments and you go to Jamaica with everything paid for. Our business journey is really just beginning, and you have the unique opportunity to be a part of this pioneering possibility right from the start. Now, as if everything I have just shared with you wasn't already enough, and if you truly saw the incredible value of our token, I have some exciting news. Tonight, one of the special guests we have with us is going to walk away as the lucky winner of the tokens we have set aside specifically for you. If you stayed until the end and were here, well, now we are going to do a small raffle with all the guests we have in the room, and we are going to give away tokens. The only thing you have to do is at least join. Excellent, thanks Daniel, super cool. Who among you wants to win tokens? Completely free tokens. Tokens with a value today of 1.05, but that could turn into $100, $10, whatever you want. That concludes our business presentation. What follows now is the raffle. Those who are ready to receive them, say me, say me. Perfect, thanks to everyone connected here. Very good, great, awesome. Now then, what I'm going to share with you next, thanks to everyone. Awesome, that's great. We'll stop the recording here. The next part is the raffle. Ask the person who invited you so you can be part of this excellent business. Juan Jimenez, CEO of Indubai, has spoken to you.